Welcome, everybody, back to another episode of the Luke Pipala Show with Shide. We've been away for a little bit. Had
Christmas
our
break.
thing. Yeah, Christmas break,
Christmas
dude. Come
break.
on. So the campus is open now. We're back on campus.
Yeah.
And we're feeling good. But some people are not feeling good, particularly California.
Absolutely.
Very sad what's happening, the wildfires. I mean, I have these videos, and we'll play a couple of these videos. I don't want to play all of them. I don't want it to be like fear-mongering. I don't want to do that. But look at this, man. So this, I believe, right here that we're pulling up is the Palisades. And so everything, this wildfire completely ran through the Palisades, the Pacific Palisades in California. I mean, look at this. We're going to play this for you guys. But, this is heartbreaking, first off. Not going to point fingers at anybody, but this is really sad. Because California is the most beautiful state, in my opinion. And this is really sad.
Right here. This is where it's gotta be. This is, oh my God. What? I've never.
That used to be a Planned Parenthood. I'm not trying to be funny.
Was it actually?
I have no idea. I just heard that guy go, "This is where it was. This is where it's supposed to be." I feel absolutely awful for making that joke or laughing at it. Everything that's going on over there. Obviously, from us at the Luke Pipala Show, we have you in our thoughts and prayers.
I mean, but this is terrible.
It's absolutely
Look at this, man.
wild.
Look at this. This was Malibu. This is Malibu.
Yeah.
I hope we don't get caught. I don't think we'll get copyrighted for this. But look at this, man.
Destroyed.
Just absolutely destroyed by this fire. And again, this has been a development for the past couple of days.
I don't know if it's on the slate, but did you see that Tom Hanks's house didn't get touched?
No, really? Hold on, I'm gonna plug this into a different thing.
Oh yeah, you're good. Well, there was we could just, I mean, you can cut it, but otherwise, I don't even know if you'll be able to find it. I might be able to, so we'll just cut here, and then I'll try to send it to you. Is that one really strobing?
Yeah, but it's okay. I put it on HD 30, so it won't pick it up. Continue.
Okay. Well, I want to try to find it.
That's fine. I'll pull up one more thing, because I had a couple things planned for this, man. But it's so sad. This is all so sad. This one right here, right? This video. We'll pull this up too. Look at this, man. So this is from, I think it's Libs of TikTok, but still, nevertheless, it's a video of California, and this is during the wildfire, dude.
So I just sent it to you as well about the Tom Hanks thing.
Look at this, dude.
Dude, isn't that insane?
This looks like hell.
It looks like, what's that Mad Max?
Mad Max, yeah.
Yeah, this just looks like fucking Mad Max, and it's insane.
Or this is the end, the comedy.
I mean, because it probably is. I don't know. I mean, does it reach just all the way? Does it burn all of California to the ground?
Well, this is something, ironically, that Joe Rogan and Trump talked about.
Right.
Trump warned about this, dude.
Right.
So, yeah, well, you want to play that right now, and then we can go to the thing?
Yeah, you can. Like I said, I had the Tom Hanks thing, but I sent that to you on Twitter, so once we get back.
Okay. But look at this, man. So Donald Trump literally predicted this wildfire on Joe Rogan. What was this, 3 months ago?
Something like that. I mean, and as soon as you see the fire, and then you realize it's like, oh, California has those water restrictions.
Yeah.
Like, there was a video that she was showing me that was, I don't know if you know who Tiptoe the turtle is.
No.
Tiptoe, I don't know if it's like a big snapping turtle or something like that. Real famous online, and Tiptoe is Tiptoe's house burned down. Oh, and the guy recording it was just so upset. He's like, "There's no fucking water," because there's no water. All the hydrants are gone.
And there was no water in the fire hydrants.
Didn't Trump tweet out something like, "There's no water in the hydrants and there's no money in FEMA"?
Yes.
Yeah.
But look at this, man. So this is Trump 3 months ago talking about what would happen to California.
They said, "We have no water." I said, "Do you have a drought?" "No, we don't have a drought." I said, "Why don't you have no water?" "Because the water isn't allowed to flow down. It's got a natural flow from Canada all the way up north of water, more water than they could ever use. And in order to protect a tiny little fish, the water up north gets routed into the Pacific Ocean. Millions and millions of gallons of water gets poured. I could have water for all of that land, water for your forests. You know, your forests are dry as a bone.
Yeah.
Okay?
Dangerous.
That water could be routed. You could have everything. Oh, not only dangerous, billions of dollars a year they spend on forest fires. And, there's a case with the environment. They're not allowed to rake their forests because
I love
You're not allowed to touch it.
Rake their forest.
And all they have to do is clean their forest, meaning rake it up, get rid of the leaves, get rid of, leaves that are sitting there for 5 years. And
We'll certainly get rid of the dead fall.
And get rid of the trees that are fallen and
Yeah.
that, are like.
Okay, so here's what's interesting about that. I remember in 2019, this might have been 2020 actually, the year before his last presidency. Damn it, I can't talk. The last year of his presidency, he was talking about the wildfires in California being a result of not climate change, but poor forest management. And I remember everybody was you don't know what you're talking about. You're stupid. Even I was thinking, Trump, come on. What?
Yeah.
But as I see more videos of the forest and how it's maintained in California, he made sense. Another thing that Trump was right about. Very interesting. What do you think about that, dude?
I mean, like you said, he's correct. And especially everything that he said. Yeah. So this is.
All right. Well, lead it
Tom
then,
Hanks'
since you
house.
sent it to me.
Yeah. So basically, from Matt Wallace on Twitter or X, and multiple other accounts. So again, these fires ran rampant, but whose house stands tall? One Mr. Tom Hanks, who said he was going to leave the United States anyways. So why does he still have a house in California?
Right. Dude, look at this. It is completely
It's a beautiful house,
unscathed.
mind you. Let's talk about that.
Wow.
But then, right. And I don't know if Mel Gibson's house is that one up there, but they talked about Mel Gibson's house burning to the ground. That might be his. I don't know.
All right, well, speaking of Mel Gibson, we're going all over the slate today.
I forgot about that.
We are going all over the slate today. But here's the conspiracy now. So Mel Gibson accused the government, actually, on Fox News of starting the fires.
And, I mean, okay, Luke, let's draw it up. I mean, obviously, if we point fingers to the conspiracy side, then we don't care about people in Los Angeles and whatever else.
Yeah.
But let's really think about this. I mean, okay, Los Angeles burned to the ground. I mean, I've seen so many memes about, the kids that A-listers keep in their basement or whatever. And it's like, but not even that. The Diddy stuff.
Yeah.
Where's that?
Exactly.
Where's that? Any other shady shit that happens in California, which there's plenty of it.
Yeah.
Plenty of it. I wonder how Gavin Newsom's house is. I mean, does he live? Where?
He lives in the wine country.
Well, I didn't
He lives
know.
in like
I didn't
Napa.
know.
That's like
Well,
northern.
I mean, you would think that would spark up.
He owns
Depending.
a whole winery.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But listen to what Mel Gibson said, man. Mel Gibson, accused the Los
You're
Angeles.
excited today.
I am. The Los Angeles government of starting all this. Listen.
Well, I know they were messing with the water, letting reserves go for one reason or another. They've been doing that a while. California has a lot of problems that sort of baffle the mind as far as why they do things. And then in the events like this, you sort of look, well, is it on purpose? Which it's an insane thing to think. But one begins to ponder whether or not there is a purpose in mind. What could it be? I don't know. Do they want the state empty? I don't know.
Well, Mel, there's
So there's been also conspiracy too, and I'm sorry to shout there. I did not intend to shout there. But there's conspiracy too that what they intend to do with all this burnt land is to create apartment complexes and stuff
Jesus
like that for the
Christ.
state. That's a whole nother thing, okay? But there's more conspiracy, folks. So Whitney Cummings has been, I think, red-pilled over the past couple months, right?
I mean, she went on CNN, and we didn't cover it, but she had all that going on.
Yes.
And,
Well,
I saw this. And this actually, I don't know if you saw it because she posted it on TikTok. This came after a video that she made where she had to evacuate, leave her podcast studio.
Exactly, yeah.
Whole bunch of stuff.
All her stuff is completely burnt down,
Right.
completely gone.
Right.
Obviously, she's still very famous and stuff, very wealthy, but her house burnt down. Listen to what she has to say about the wildfires and who actually may have started them.
This is a real text that I just received from a friend of mine about the fires. I'm not going to cry because I got torn apart for my last TikTok video where I cried about my house.
Tim Dillon probably texted
Maybe
her.
burning down. I'll spare you. She's on a plane and I said, do you want me to go to your house and get stuff out? Like things that you can't replace. I'll go right now, even though the area is evacuated. She wrote back, you can't get in. Topanga's barricaded. The back way we use is being guarded by fire trucks now because some of the neighbors caught a guy setting more fires on the back of our hill. They chased him away. They called 911. I think they caught the guy recently in Woodland Hills trying to put gasoline in sewers. It's happening all over.
Okay, so here's the crazy thing now.
The arsons. I mean, this is
Well, that's the conspiracy, and
Right.
now the conspiracy is becoming real. Look at this video from Andrew Huberman, for example. I don't know if you saw this. Andrew Huberman actually caught a couple of
see this.
arsonists
Yeah.
in California setting fires in Los Angeles. Look at this, man.
We're at 302 Pico, and people are lighting fires now. You can see they lit a fire. These guys, not all the people there, but some of those guys lit that fire, and they're actually, the trees caught fire, and then the palms are catching fire. So civilians are now lighting fires down in the so-called, flats around Santa Monica, Venice.
One more. There's another incident where a guy was actually arrested for trying to commit arson in this neighborhood in Los Angeles. Look at this, man. So this, I think, was in the Palisades. I'm not completely sure. But look, man. So this guy right here was caught trying to commit arson and set another fire.
And I would just love to ask him why.
Why?
Why?
That's my thing. Why? You have destroyed millions and millions of... How many people live in California? Like 25 million?
Something like
Is
that.
it-
Something ridiculous.
50 million people live in California.
Yeah, that's right.
So in like South Central LA, all around there, I don't know, millions and millions of people. I can't tell you. I can't give you an accurate number. But you've ruined millions of lives unquestioned. And some people have died. People have died. A handful of people have died already.
And it's to what? To start another fire? To just be cool? To see something cool? Especially when you're by yourself.
Yes.
I mean, like, and I don't want to say that it is a fine line, because it's not. It's wrong no matter what happens or who does it. However, if you're somebody, where you're with a group of guys and that starts, I'm not saying that I can understand that, but it's
Yeah.
like that is something different than just one man by himself.
I know.
And literally the only thing on his mind is to fuck shit up. Like, that's literally it.
I just don't understand. What is your mindset when do you know, like, deliberately that you are going to be fucking up millions and millions of people's lives? You ruin everybody's life.
And
that
what
lives
are
there.
and what are we? Because the fires could have been started by an arsonist.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we don't really know, but they're not being helped by these other retards. And then on top of that, we don't have. I don't think it's on the slate, but let's talk about people looting the burned houses.
Yeah, that's another
Like,
thing.
can we? Number one, California.
Oh boy.
I don't know what the fuck looting is. It's robbing. It's stealing. These people have lost everything, and now there are other degenerate dirtbags going out and stealing what you have left. Imagine that. Imagine that. Everything burns to the ground. And there's 5 fucking things that survive this, and you still don't get it because someone out there, not going to say who,
Oh boy.
but someone out there decides to take your shit out of your burned fucking house.
Were Asians doing that?
No, not the Asians.
Oh.
Oh, it's just so hot.
No, but
We
like,
gotta go.
here's the thing about the human condition. When you go and you not study history, but different natural disasters, right? Hurricane Katrina. Oh my gosh, it was a wasteland.
Right.
They had to deploy the National Guard. It was martial law.
Right.
There was a lot of rioting and looting, but what is really stealing?
It's stealing.
Okay, you talk about
are
the George
stealing
Floyd
shit.
riots too. Same thing. Rioting, looting. There was social unrest.
Well, they needed
It was
that.
a big problem.
They needed that.
And they need this.
Yes.
Here's the thing, though. I don't know if this is all arson because you see Trump talk about the forest conditions, right?
Right.
And climate change, whatever. You saw that the reservoir was empty.
Yeah.
That thing too. And the fire hydrants, they didn't have any water. And also, too, you talk about all of the firefighters that were laid off because they didn't get the vaccine. So that's interesting, right?
And
But
now they have what was it, felon, or maybe not felon, but
people that were
incarcerated that
They
were
had 'em
firefighters
putting out the fires.
They got them working for $10 an hour.
Okay, so here's something that I wanted to move on to now. We have to get to who's responsible, right? I'm not talking about Karen Bass. Just another cog in it's just whoever, right? We're not talking about her. This is Trump grilling Gavin Newsom as soon as this happened. All right, here we go. Governor Gavin Newsom should immediately go to Northern California and
Is that what he
open up
said?
the water.
Is that what he said? Did he spell his last name correctly? Come on, Luke.
I'm sorry, I didn't even peep that. Governor Gavin Newsom should immediately go to Northern California and open up the water main and let the water flow into this dry, starving, burning state instead of having it go out into the Pacific Ocean. It ought to be done right now. No more excuses from this incompetent governor. It's already far too late. Okay, so, but Why? Why is it far too late? And this governor is not just incompetent. Personally, I think that he is evil. Why do I think he's evil? Look at this video, and then you can tell me. Now, here's the thing. Gavin Newsom, he wanted to be president. After this, he will not touch...
This is so fucking funny.
He will not touch the office of president of the United States. Look at this. Tell me, tell me, how more fake of a human being is it? This is the epitome of a fake human being, a piece of shit. The best thing about him is his hair, but a piece of shit man. Look at this man. Does not care about any of the people that he is helping or supposed to help, supposed to govern over. Nothing, dude. This guy only cares about himself. Look at this.
Governor, you got
This
a
is
second?
comical. This is comical.
Governor, I live here, Governor. That was my daughter's school, Governor. Please tell me what you're going to do. I'm not going to hurt him, I promise.
I'm literally talking to the president right now to specifically answer the question of what we can do for you and your daughter.
Can I hear it? Can I hear your
Can I
call?
hear
Because I
it?
don't believe it.
I'm sorry. There's literally, I've tried 5 times. That's why I'm.
There's literally.
What?
I'm sorry.
What?
There's literally.
What?
Oh my god.
You've all done this, right? You've all been pieces of shit at one point. You didn't want to talk to...
Right.
Oh, let me see. You're caught red-handed. He was caught red-handed. He wasn't talking to the president. He wanted to avoid
He
criticism.
said, "I'm talking to the president right now,"
now-
and she called his bluff.
Look at his hair. God bless him.
I mean,
His
dude's
hair
got a nice
looks perfect.
Yeah.
He looks perfect. He's
Yeah.
like 57. He looks great.
What is it with like this weird, like the Democrats faking phone calls? Because we saw it with Kamala Harris.
Well, he's trying to appear relatable, Shide, and this guy is not relatable. He is a piece of shit. Look at this. He's continuing to lie to this girl, saying, I'm on the phone with the president. Oh, literally. Literally. That's his new word.
Literally.
Look
I'm
at
on
this.
the phone.
He completely ruined his chances. Look at how fake he looks.
Walking around to make the
Why
call
is the president not taking your call?
because it's not going.
Because he's
through.
on
We have to
vacation.
get cell service.
So
There's
let's
no
get
cell
it.
service.
Let's get it. I want to be here when you call the president.
I appreciate it. I'm doing that right now. And it's to immediately get reimbursements, individual assistance, and to help you. I'm devastated for you. I'm so sorry, especially for your daughter.
Does this guy look like a guy that cares?
Listen to him gaslight you. That's
I
like
have
every.
4 kids.
He looks like every fucking shady cop on every sitcom ever.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
exactly what he looks like.
Yes. Or a shady billionaire in a movie. He does not-
100%.
You don't look like somebody who wants to help.
It's losing the school.
Everyone who went to school there, they lost their homes. They lost 2 homes because they were living in one and building another.
This lady's not helping.
Huh?
Let's be real. This lady's not helping.
I mean, no.
Please tell me, what are you
At
going
the
to do
same
with the
time, she's
president
going
right now?
like literally.
Yeah, I
like,
know, I know,
imagine,
I know,
You know what I mean?
Resources to help rebuild. We're getting
Why
the
was there no
resources to do
water
it.
in the hydrants,
That's all
Governor?
that's all literally.
Is it going to be different
Okay,
next?
but she's right. She's asking, why is there no... He's like, literally, it's all...
He's like, literally, I'm a retard. I
literally.
didn't think fires would happen.
Literally, I look beautiful, but I can't help you.
Yeah.
Literally, I don't care. That's what he's saying, dude.
time?
It has to be. It
has to be.
Has to
Right.
be. Of course.
What are you going to do?
I'm doing
To
everything
fill the
I can.
hydrants. I would fill them up personally. You know that.
I literally have.
I would fill
Literally.
up the hydrants myself.
He looks like he was
Would
walking
you
through
do
the
that?
forest with a goddamn
do
book of
whatever I
matches,
can.
lighting the
But you're
shit himself.
not.
Look at him.
I see the. Do you know there's water dripping over there,
He
Governor?
doesn't care.
There's water coming out there. You can use it.
I appreciate it. I'm going to make the call to address everything I can right now, including.
Wow, he's a perfect politician. I can't watch any more of this. He is a perfect politician. But folks, there's more. Not only is Gavin Newsom a piece of shit, but he's also a terrible governor. Look at this, man. All right, from the New York Post. From the New York Post. We love the Post because it's free. Here we go. What did Gavin Newsom recently do? Oh, he cut $100 million for fire prevention before the deadly wildfires.
Yep.
Yes. What an intelligent man. What an intelligent man. Here we go. Embattled California Governor Newsom / funding embarking for fighting wildfires by more than $100 million this fiscal year. A review of the state's national budget found. Get this. The lefty polls fiscal 2025 budget signed in June eliminated $101 million from 7 wildfire and forest resilience programs, according to Newsweek. What? This included cutting $5 million from CAL FIRE's now $129 million budget for fuel reduction teams. Listen to this, including funds used by the state's National Guard for vegetation management work aimed at reducing threats of fires igniting and spreading. This guy is a piece of shit. Now, I want to know what these funds went to, first off. That's interesting. They're not saying. Maybe it is saying. $28 million from multiple state conservatories to use on wildfire resilience. Then we have $12 million from a home hardening pilot program to make homes more resilient to wildfires. $8 million from fire monitoring and research spending, mostly dedicated to Cal Fire and state universities, and $4 million from a forest legacy program that encourages landowners to manage their own properties. So Newsom's office called the reports of fire prevention budget cuts a ridiculous lie. Okay, so they're denying it, but the New York Post is literally, to go back on his word, they're literally reporting it. It's just very frustrating because once again, it shows that the people that are governing us in our country, they don't give a shit about us, right? This happened with us 30 minutes away from where we are now, East Palestine, Ohio. You look at Maui, you look at California now, look at North Carolina. Exactly. In the past year and a half, 2 years, maybe 3, we'll say 3, in the past 3 years, they've shown time and time again the people that rule over us in this country, they don't give a shit about us.
Well, and that's the thing.
Don't.
Like, so let's take it back here.
Sorry.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the president who just passed away, Jimmy Carter, a Democrat?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Good Democrat.
So let's look at the Jimmy Carters versus this new age of Democrats. Let's look at these insane wildlife tragedies. Or wildfire tragedies in LA, and then obviously everything that happened in North Carolina, like you said, Maui, anywhere else. But like, okay, Kamala Harris, on her press run, they took that fake picture.
Yeah.
You know, and now we have Trudeau, or not, I keep wanting to call him Justin Trudeau, because they're like, right, they really are. They really fucking are.
They're both good looking, let's be honest.
But you know what I mean? Like Gavin Newsom, Kamala Harris, faking the phone calls, you know, kind of brushing, like serious shit like that you're just like, we're getting to it. And I understand that there's no answers. However, you're getting very annoyed with this person, and I understand that she is not really taking your cues, and it's like, listen, lady, I have a whole state to, you know, try to help out, whatever. But she wants to get to the bottom of it. Now, I have one more of these fire conspiracies that I just sent to you on Twitter.
Okay, let's look at it.
I don't know if you've heard anything about the, I think it was just Los Angeles. I don't know where at. The insurance policies being...
Oh...
So this guy is Tom Ellsworth. I think he's an investment broker.
Big Catholic.
Yeah.
Love Tom.
Yeah. So he is on the Patrick Bet David podcast, and he has something to tell us about what's going on with these fires and the insurance companies and all that.
State Farm non-renewed 69% of the policies it had in Pacific Palisades. Data point this morning confirmed. State Farm said last year, we're non-renewing 69% of the homes we insure currently today in Palisades. Why? Long-term brush risk and poor management of the common area.
You can't blame them.
No, I'm not blaming them.
I know you're not, but what I'm...
Is that not what Trump just said on Joe Rogan?
Of course. Of course, Patrick Bet David is taking the side of the insurance company.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Of course. I mean, but... From a capitalistic perspective, you can't blame them. But it's so frustrating because these people now don't have home insurance. Let's continue this.
Saying is, you cannot blame. The business has to make profits, and when the regulators make their life a living hell and make them look bad, what do you want us to do? Take a loss every year?
Well, correct. Now I'm going to the punchline. Why did they do that? Because the county of LA and the city of LA had suspended brush removal in Palisades. This comes down to the county.
Are you joking?
Yeah, you can find it. You can find it was.
It's almost like Trump was right. That's crazy.
Suspended here. Casual brush removal suspended here. Crazy. Limited brush removal suspended here. This is all going to come out because Zach Levi and other
Trump said he got to clean the floor, and the floor.
That's exactly right. And who did? By the way, to his credit, what do you say? You said get smarter people in the room with you.
Yeah.
Who did he praise? You know, the people in Finland have had policies, and they've been doing this for a while.
Right.
So he's not saying, "Hey, I'll fix it." He's saying, "You know, this problem has been solved."
There's another case study.
I didn't hear climate change once in that.
Nope.
That's all I'm saying.
Nope.
But that's very fascinating. Thank you for sending that to me.
Absolutely.
Because once again, it just goes to show you these people who are governing these blue states, and even let's just say all politicians, they don't know.
No.
They don't know shit.
No.
They're just going with whatever
what their party wants them to push.
Ideology. That's so
Right.
it wasn't coming to me. But whatever their ideology believes, they believe.
Right.
It's like, we're not acting as Americans now. But even then, these people are just cogs in the machine. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole too much, but it's very frustrating. So apparently, some people still like Gavin Newsom Bill Maher in particular, and this was really interesting. Now, this was before the wildfires. I will preface that. This is before the wildfires, but this is Bill Maher, and he's praising Gavin Newsom.
And it's not like Gavin Newsom did anything great before these fires anyways.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, though,
Go ahead.
Luke. What happens to all the homeless people?
Oh, that's another thing. I don't know. What happens?
In the comments, what happens to the homeless people? Like, genuinely, what does? And I'm not trying to make a joke. I'm not trying to be funny about it. I would imagine that California has one of the top 2 highest homeless rates in America.
No, it's the highest.
Well, I was saying top 2 because I'd imagine New York's with them.
Yeah.
So New York and California, it's like, where are we at with that? You know, what are we doing with these people?
I know it's tough, but anyway, so I don't know. I don't know what happens with them. That's a really interesting question. I never really thought of that, to be honest with you. But listen, man. So this is Bill Maher, and this is Patrick Bet-David, and they're just talking about Gavin Newsom. And Bill
Look
Maher,
at how far up PBD's.
Bill Maher is just.
Look at PBD's pants.
I know. That's funny. But Bill Maher is still singing the praises of Gavin Newsom.
Do you like Newsom? How do you feel about Newsom?
Had him on my show Friday.
I saw that.
And I first of all, I love him. You just like a guy or you don't. I've known him for a long time. He's done my show for a long time. Do I love everything he does as the governor of California? No, I don't. I wouldn't say I'm undertaxed.
Okay, this was before the fires. Just prefacing that again.
Yeah, I have issues with this state. He's a guy. One reason I want him to run for president, well, is because he's obviously a winner. This guy could fucking do it. It's insane that we have the guy, but
he's a winner.
He's a winner.
He's a winner.
His state has undergone massive wildfires, and people that thousands of millions of people have had their lives completely ruined for the rest of their lives. A handful of people are dead, but he is
looting out the ass.
He's a
everywhere.
Winner. The second biggest city in the United States of America, the biggest in your state, completely burnt down. But you're a winner.
You're a winner.
That's interesting.
This guy
but we can't run him because we have to tiptoe around Biden and
define a winner.
Well, he would win the election.
Oh, so
he would win the election.
He's a talented debater, speaker, communicator, deflector,
and politician, and he's a smart guy. He's a smart, real guy with a pair of balls. Do I love everything? No, you never know what to do with a politician. But first of all, I think if he ran for president, it'd be great because it would force him to move to the center. Now you're running not just in California. I mean, this is California. It's weirdo.
Are you a?
Where is his center? What does that fucking mean, Bill?
First of all,
because if he was going to govern Los Angeles, he wouldn't be so far to the fucking left. Just because he becomes president of the United States does not mean that he would have to then center his ideas. He would just be a radical left fucking president.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I just don't think. I think, if anything, if Gavin Newsom, by the way, he completely ruined his chances once again of running for president with this. Completely ruined his chances. There is no way. California will remember this. There is no freaking way. Also, too, if he did run for president as a Democrat, Republican would guarantee win.
Literally.
People just don't. People see through that. We're not stupid.
Literally.
But anyway, speaking of a take that is stupid, Sunny Hostin. We had the 4-year anniversary of January 6th a couple days ago, and Sunny Hostin, she compared January 6th to the Holocaust.
Well, it is very similar. It is very similar.
It's practically the same thing. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I just don't know how she didn't do this sooner.
Right. I mean, this
what
is
an intelligent
This
point.
is one of the best takes of 2025. And she made it in the first 6 days.
Yes.
And Sunny Hostin, I just thank you. Thank you for opening our eyes. Yeah.
Let's hear this modern Aristotle, this modern philosopher,
aristocrat speak,
at work.
I think we need to find moral clarity, in this country. And I just remember after January 6th, you had someone like Mitch McConnell placing the blame on January 6th where it belonged, squarely on Donald Trump's shoulders. Mm-hmm. And then you started seeing people backtrack that and losing their moral center. You had Condoleezza Rice, I believe, on this very show saying, we need to move on from January 6th. I say no. You don't move on because January 6th was an atrocity. It was one of the worst moments in American history. And when you think about the worst moments in American history, like World War II, things that happened, like the Holocaust, chattel.
Bravo. Bravo.
A genius. Run for president. Run for president as a Democratic presidential candidate. They would take you in a second.
It's going to be Gavin Newsom
Brilliant.
and Sonny Hostin as vice president.
You know what? Maybe we're better off for it.
I think we will. I think we are.
They say you get the government you deserve. We deserve this.
Yeah.
What an intelligent and brilliant take from Sonny Hostin.
Yeah, it really is.
The most intelligent person in television.
Right. Luke, just throwing it out there. I'd imagine the Holocaust probably being more close to like 9/11 in terms of death count, and it didn't even. I mean,
well, the jury's out on that. I'm just kidding. No, the Holocaust, one of the most tragic things to happen in modern human history.
Right.
6 million. Come on, it doesn't compare. One person died on January 6th, Ashley Babbitt, and it was tragic, and it shouldn't have happened. But let's stop. You know what I mean?
Let's stop.
Let's stop.
Let's stop.
Let's just
Luke,
stop.
how many people died in the fucking riots in Minnesota? A lot more than January 6th.
But I bet you won't find the numbers.
No, you won't.
You
I think
can't.
it's somewhere like.
You can't find the numbers. That's
I
the sad
don't know.
part.
I don't know.
Because they want to cover it up. They want to cover all this up to fit their narrative, and it's just so freaking annoying. It is so freaking. I'm trying to police myself more about my language.
That's good for you. I've already said retard and fuck a lot.
Well, I'm making it's just making the attempt.
That's good.
But yeah, dude, it's just so frustrating. You know what I mean?
I mean, it really is because, like you said, it's just sheer stupidity. I mean, this is what we talk about when we talk about the left wanting to control the narrative of the media. If this was the only media available, do you know how many people would think January 6th caused the lives of everybody inside of the Capitol building?
This is a good point.
Like, they would gaslight everyone into thinking that J6 was, I mean, rightfully, understandably, J6 was not our proudest moment as the United States.
Yeah.
However, I think we can probably find 50 more things that happened worse than that.
I agree.
You know?
I agree. They don't want to tell you about things like the Tuskegee experiment or the USS Liberty, which I don't want to say the buzzword, so I won't say the buzzword, but it's just crazy how like there's other things that the media doesn't tell us that happen in our country, and yet we don't know about it. But speaking of censorship, okay, this is something I wanted to bring up. So Mark Zuckerberg went on Joe Rogan. Listen to most of the podcast. I'm almost done with it. Really interesting.
What a fuckboy Zuck is.
well, he turned into an interesting person.
Yeah, he does jujitsu.
But listen to what he says now about the Biden-Harris administration forcing them to censor people's speech on Facebook. I don't know what's happening here, but it was very interesting, dude. It was kind of eye-opening for me if this thing's going to record. Here we go. So we'll play this for you, and please decide for yourself what you think.
So at the beginning, it kind of seemed like, okay, we should give a little bit of deference to the government and the health authorities on how we should play this. But when it went from, 2 weeks to flatten the curve to, and like in the beginning, it was like, okay, there aren't enough masks. Masks aren't that important. To then it's like, oh no, you have to wear a mask. And, everything was shifting around. It just became very difficult to kind of follow. And this really hit the most extreme, I'd say, during the Biden administration when they were trying to roll out the vaccine program. And I'm generally pretty pro rolling out vaccines. I think on balance, the vaccines are more positive than negative. But I think that while they're trying to push that program, they also tried to censor anyone who is basically arguing against it. And they pushed us super hard to take down things that were true, right? I mean, they basically pushed us and said, anything that says that vaccines might have side effects, you basically need to take down. And I was just like, well, we're not going to do that. We're clearly not going to do that. I mean, that is.
Spoiler alert, they did that.
Unfortunately,
they did that. Here's the problem that I have with Mark Zuckerberg saying that, okay? He's trying to do this whole thing where he's trying to prove to people that now he's like a libertarian, I guess, that he's not this
well, now that he's made his nut, his nut by fucking over other people.
Right, and Trump's in office now, so he has to kiss the ring. He's done this whole rebranding. It's very interesting, but I don't buy it because here's the thing. You say that the Biden-Harris administration really pressured you hard. You could have still not taking people's information down. That's the thing, though.
But let me start a conspiracy theory, and let's go down the rabbit hole here
Let's do
of, okay, let's say Mark Zuckerberg, all this that he's saying about the Biden administration, he knows that he could say it and get off scot-free because the Biden admin's done.
Right.
Trump is coming in. He runs one of, if not the biggest social media platform throughout the United States, I would say.
Right. No, it's the biggest.
So he, I guess, could use his power to kind of see where people's feeds are going, what they're liking.
So
if they're liking a bunch of, well, here's what I'm saying though. Did Zuckerberg know Trump was going to win before he switched all this over? Did he see the numbers of what people are interacting with, what they're liking, what they're commenting on?
I don't know.
Run the numbers of, we have X amount of people on Facebook in the United States. X amount of people are liking all these things about Trump. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like, is that possible? Let's start something.
All right, well, hold on. So I don't know, man. That's an interesting take. But look at this, man. This is what's really interesting. You want to talk about the conspiracy. Something happened on, I think that's they're calling it Meta now, but Facebook. In conjunction with what you're saying, you're kind of accusing Zuckerberg of being more or less a grifter.
It's not accusing. I'm not accusing him of anything. I'm just simply trying to spark an internet debate.
All right, well, look at this, though. Meta and Mark Zuckerberg remove long-standing anti-LGBTQ hate speech policies after announcing end of fact-checking program. What? Are you kidding me? We're only going to read a little bit of this, but GLAAD, the world's largest lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, that was a mouthful. I just want to say LGBTQ. Media advocacy organization today responded to Meta removing and adopting several sections of its hateful conduct policy, rolling back safety guardrails for LGBTQ people of color, women, immigrants, and other protected groups. These changes to the hateful content policy are in addition to news this morning that Meta will end its fact-checking program. I'm sorry, I can't talk. But that's in conjunction with what you're saying. He's seeing what everybody's liking, and maybe he's kind of just going with what people are doing.
Right.
Not really having a backbone or a code for himself personally, which...
More people want to be using slurs on the internet. So, that is why... we are able to do this.
Okay,
we are getting rid of any sort of... protection on Facebook.
Coming back. It is coming back. Let me tell you something about people. People at our age. Let me tell you something about people in our generation. Okay, these were you were allowed to say gay, retard. Nobody really said the N word. I'm not gonna say. I don't use it.
I mean, you're gonna be bleeping all this anyways. Most
no,
likely.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
no,
the F word's staying.
It stays up.
Oh,
it
baby.
stays up. Listen, dude. We were using these words, this language, and it was okay to use it in till 2012 maybe, right? And then shit started to get weird. They started telling us we weren't allowed to use these words. Okay, so we kind of still used them all, except in public places, right?
Absolutely.
But we were all using it in school and stuff. You're throwing around faggot, retard, whatever. But it was normal. It was normal in pop culture. People in movies would say retard like it was nothing.
Right.
Like it was nothing.
Right.
And now calling things gay and stuff, whatever, and it's not to put down these groups, but it's the fact that you can't police language like that.
Right.
You can't do it. And now what's happening? All of a sudden, freedom of speech, you have it with Twitter or X, and now other.
Oh my God! So many people call people X.
And now the thing is, though, now the people underneath us, like 15 years younger than us, that generation, they're saying it. My brother, right? He's 17 years old.
Does your brother know he was a mistake, by the way?
He's not a mistake.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Your youngest brother?
Yeah, I'm 23.
I've been
He's
thinking
17.
about this. That's 6 years.
No. But I have a middle brother in between.
I think you should gaslight him into thinking he was a mistake.
I'm not doing it. But the point is, I hear him and his friends talking like, retard, call it faggot.
Yeah,
it
just
flies,
outing your brother.
Girls, too, is what I hear.
Is your brother still going to a Catholic school?
No, I'm just saying. I don't want to talk about... But it's not... Listen, let me finish.
No,
let me finish. Let me finish. Like the kids that are coming up now are like really, really to the right.
Yes.
Like they grew up and Trump has been a prominent figure in American politics their whole life, completely talking shit. So they don't adhere to the political correctness, kind of like people that are older than us. Bro, we were kind of growing up where like political correctness wasn't really a thing, and then they really policed it, and then now it's like turned off all the way.
Right.
So like,
well, and that's the
it's
thing.
very interesting though.
I mean, and that's the other part of it is, I mean,
sorry.
words are words.
Right.
Words are words, and quite frankly, I think the only one we shouldn't be allowed to say is the
N-word.
big one.
Yeah, the N-word.
That's the big one. Any other thing, if I call you a retard, I'm not making fun of people with a disability. I'm just calling you a retard because you did something retarded.
Just like on South Park, right? The bit about
you can't say fucking school, you fucking fat ass.
Right. And they're calling him. Said, well, if you're you're gay, said no. Guy with the loud motorcycle, he's a whatever, stuff like that. But it's very interesting, man. We'll see if this episode gets censored or not. I'm certainly
might not even air.
I'm not gonna edit it personally. We'll see. Worst case scenario, I just take out a couple words, boom, it's done.
Yeah,
but
only leave like 2 instead of 5.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it's just so crazy to see Zuckerberg do all this, man. We have one more. Do you want to do one more?
One more what?
One more topic.
Are we done already?
Well, I wanted to be out of here by like 45.
Oh, okay. Oh shit, that's right. Okay.
You want to do this?
Yeah, that was where I was going, actually.
All right. The Pittsburgh Steelers, folks, they lost another playoff game. They have now gone, I think, 9 consecutive seasons without winning a playoff game. Very interesting. Mike Tomlin is probably on the hot seat now.
I think he's
say
gone.
that?
I think he's gone.
And here's what's very interesting about this whole thing, right? We'll actually look at this tweet from Colin Cowherd of The Herd, prominent sports analyst Colin Cowherd, who is currently at Fox Sports, had something very interesting to talk about when it came to the Steelers. So Steelers lost to the Ravens. He goes right here, 3 AFC teams haven't won in the last month. The Titans, who are drafting number 1, the Browns are drafting number 2, and the Steelers. But hey, there's no losing seasons thing. There's the no losing seasons thing. Okay, so then, folks, Steeler Nation is pissed. And why are they pissed? Because they're not winning. Because they are mediocre. Because the Cleveland Browns have more
shit,
playoff...
did that dude just get fucking rocked?
The Cleveland Browns have more playoff wins in the last 9 years, I think, 1-0, than the Pitts. And that makes them furious. So, folks,
and it makes the Browns far superior.
Right. And we're going to get another number 2 pick. We might get a quarterback. We're in a better position than them. They're like in this permanent land of mediocrity. But hey,
they haven't had a losing season.
Exactly. Congratulations.
Those 7 rings probably feel. Is it 7 they have?
No, it's 6.
6. Those
It's
6 rings, shove them straight up your fucking ass. That's
TJ
all they
Watt-
care about.
TJ
They
Watt
haven't won
fucking
a Super
sucks.
Bowl in what, 2007? Yeah, 07. Madden 07 was the
you're right.
Cardinals.
Okay, but folks, they're infighting. Look at this. This is Steelers fans.
Dude, that dude gets rocked.
After the Ravens game when they lost and got their asses handed to them, this is Steelers fans fighting with each other. I don't know over what. Maybe one wants Mike Tomlin, maybe one doesn't. Maybe one thinks TJ Watt is the best player. Maybe one doesn't. I don't know. But look at this. They're fighting themselves. What is happening? They're fighting themselves. They're fighting themselves.
Oh my God.
They're fighting themselves. Steeler Nation is in complete disarray. Okay, real quick. I don't know if you guys know how to be fans or not, but you're not supposed to fight your own team. You're supposed to fight the other team.
Especially walking out. How many Browns losses have you walked out of that stadium with every other Browns fan just dragging your head? I went to Browns Steelers in Cleveland, and the fucking Steelers fans are walking by. Good luck not getting jumped.
Yeah.
Like, that's the part of it. And now, what?
They're
Steelers,
jumping themselves.
Yeah. They're just, nope. I want to know what that argument was about, genuinely.
Probably George Pickens. And speaking of George Pickens, it looks like he's had enough too. So listen to what he said about the offense in the future going forward.
George, you've been with this offense now for 3 years. Have you seen signs of growth, and how much more does this team still need to grow offensively?
Yeah, I've seen signs of growth for sure. From past, the first year I've been here, just way more growth for sure.
George, does that make you optimistic going forward?
Nah.
All right, so right there. So George Pickens is done.
Nah.
He's done. So I found this funny Kobe meme, and I wanted to share it with you guys.
Oh, no, this isn't gonna end well.
No, it's actually kind of funny. So this is this is the Steelers once they reach the month of January.
It's like a happy Kobe meme. Well, he's
Day to day, there was a lot of excitement when he entered the building tonight. Made the trip up to Oakland and was he and then he just disappeared on us for a while.
You hear him. He says, "I think it's Kevin Harlan." He's like, "Oh, he's disappearing on us for a while."
I mean,
Exactly.
honestly, that is the Steelers' MO, dude. And I hate every Steelers fan with a writhing passion
Fuck 'em.
because they think that their team is so fucking great we're honest. We know when the Browns suck. I haven't enjoyed this entire fucking season all because the Browns suck.
True.
I think that wraps it.
You think?
I
You want to
think so.
cover Justin Trudeau stepping down real quick because we have a couple more minutes.
For sure.
All right, but yeah, man. To just end with that, the Steelers are in complete disarray. So have fun with another average season.
A winning season.
Again,
A
congratulations!
round of applause for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Good job being mediocre yet again. I hope your franchise just continues to spiral down and be at the same level that the Cleveland Browns are right now. Anyway, Justin Trudeau, to cap this off, folks. Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, has officially...
The biggest Swiftie of Canada.
The biggest Swiftie of Canada has officially stepped down. And we just have to play this for you because speaking of people that... I'm not going to say the slur, actually. but speaking of people, like, just look at this guy. This guy is the epitome of somebody that is just unlikable.
So last night over dinner, I told my kids about the decision that I'm sharing with you today. I intend to resign as party leader, as prime minister, after the party selects its next leader through a robust, nationwide, competitive process.
Why is he talking so gentle?
I don't know, but
That's
it
my
freaks
thing.
me out.
Freaks
dude.
me out too. Let's listen to the rest of this.
Last night, I asked the president of the Liberal Party to begin that process. This country deserves a real choice in the next election, and it has become clear to me that if I'm having to fight internal battles, I cannot be the best option in that election.
By internal battles, he means that everybody on his staff resigned. So that's that.
I thought he was just taking summer break because, he did leave while school was in session to become the prime minister.
He did do
He's got to
that.
go create a lot of homework, guys.
Yeah. So
New guy's a Republican.
Yeah. Well, he's kind of conservative, but I just
he's.
I want to play something. He's better, but I mean this is the guy that you're replacing Trudeau with, and Trudeau's not the best. But I just want everybody in Canada to know that I don't think that this is the best choice. I'm just not sure, and you'll see why I think so.
Yesterday you said that you endorse Israel proactively defending itself by hitting Iran's nuclear sites, which is something that President Joe Biden does not endorse.
By the way, this would start World War III.
Yep.
Do you not feel like this could lead to a likelihood of an all-out conventional war between Iran and Israel? And do you not agree with Joe Biden and his assessment?
I think the idea of allowing a genocidal, theocratic, unstable dictatorship that is desperate to avoid being overthrown by its own people to develop nuclear weapons is about the most dangerous and irresponsible thing that the world could ever allow. And if Israel were to stop that genocidal, theocratic, unstable government from acquiring nuclear weapons, it would be a gift by the Jewish state to humanity.
War with Iran.
Started by Canada.
That's
Who
right.
would have thought?
You just wait, folks. Please advise your children to be prepared. These people are going to send your children to probably die. And that's what we're going to end the show with. It's The Empire Strikes Back. Just they never stop. These globalists, they never stop. It'll be really interesting to see what happens, man.
Where's Alex Jones when you need him?
Well, he's actually one of them.
I know.
That's crazy. He's revealed his true form.
I know.
On behalf of the Jewish state of Israel. So we hope that everybody has had a great, just a great break away from us. And
Beginning of the year.
Yes. Happy New Year once again. Our first episode of 2025. It has been a pleasure to be back with you.
It's going to be a great year.
It's going to be a great year. This is going to be the year that everything continues to pop off.
Absolutely.
And just God bless. Spend
Our
time with your
troops.
family. Yeah, God bless our troops, because let's be honest, after this, we won't have many of them left. So please, everybody, be please, everybody, just take solace in the fact that you still live in the greatest country in the world, and And maybe in a decade, you'll be looking back and thinking, damn, I remember when the food in the grocery store, all the shelves were full. We had a thriving economy. The Biden administration was telling us nothing was wrong. And we'll see what happens, folks.
I'm literally
on
the phone with the president right now.
Literally ending this episode right now. Have a good one.
Oh, this is him.